Welcome to the Explainer. So if you're an engineering student, maybe a freelance architect, or really just looking for a solid secondary machine, you know the stress. Trying to find hardware that can actually run computer-aided design software without completely draining your savings is tough. Well, today, we're going to change that entire narrative. We're going to confidently navigate the budget laptop market for AutoCAD and show you exactly how to build the future without breaking the bank. Let's get into it. Let's be totally honest right out of the gate here. AutoCAD has a notorious reputation for being an absolute resource hog. For years, if you told anyone you were looking for a laptop to handle complex 3D modeling or heavy 2D drafting, they kind of just looked at you with pity. The software's demanding nature used to force people into buying wildly expensive rigs, literally putting them on a ramen noodle diet for the rest of the year just to afford the hardware. But as you'll see today, that era is finally over.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll be hitting 1. The mobile workstation myth, 2. Specs that actually matter, 3. Top budget laptop picks, 4. How to optimize performance, and 5. Top buyer questions answered.
Section 1. The mobile workstation myth, debunking the $3,000 requirement.
If you've been doing your research online, I bet you've heard a variation of this exact phrase. Well, get ready to drop $3,000 on a bulky mobile workstation. It's pretty much the standard copy-paste response on forums right now, and it really highlights the ultimate pain point for designers, that fear of overspending on hardware that you might not even need. But here's the really great news. It's 2026. Thanks to massive, unprecedented leaps in budget-friendly processors and entry-level dedicated graphics cards, affordable computing power is now an exciting reality. You can easily get a machine that handles smooth panning, complex rendering, and multi-layer and DWG files, and you don't have to take out a second mortgage to do it. Section 2, Specs that actually matter. The 2026 baseline. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is, well, I actually highly recommend taking a quick screenshot of these exact, non-negotiable, bare minimum specs. We need to clear up a huge misconception. AutoCAD isn't like a modern AAA video game. It actually relies heavily on single-core CPU performance. You need a Ryzen 5 or 7 from the 7000 series and up, or an Intel Core i5 or i7 from the 13th gen and up. 16 gigabytes of RAM is your absolute baseline. Seriously, don't even look at 8 gigabyte machines. For graphics, you want a dedicated NVIDIA RTX 4050 or 5050, and for storage, you've got to have at least a 512 gigabyte NVMe SSD so your external references don't take forever to load.
Section 3. Top budget laptop picks. Finding your perfect match.
Now that we've got our baseline, let's get into the core of this explainer. We've rounded up 5 laptop recommendations that hit that perfect sweet spot between price and raw performance. First up on the block, the Lenovo LOQ15 Gen 10. If you want a laptop that feels exactly like a premium workstation but carries a true budget price tag, this is absolutely the one to beat. Lenovo basically took everything amazing from their high-end Legion series and just stripped away the luxury markup.
The absolute standout feature here is the top-tier thermal management. When you're rendering a massive 3D model, this laptop won't sound like a jet engine taking off, and it's not going to thermal throttle into a stuttering mess either. It pairs a Ryzen 7 8845HS with a budget RTX card, giving you incredible fluidness. Sure, the plastic body is a little chunky, and the battery life is a pretty mediocre 3 to 4 hours under heavy load, but the performance and that legendary Lenovo keyboard make it the undisputed budget king.
Next up, we have the Acer Nitro V16 AI. Now, Acer's Nitro line used to be aggressively gamery, with these super flashy red accents, but they've dialed it way back here. They've transformed it into a clean, creator-focused professional machine. You definitely wouldn't be ashamed to pull this out during a corporate client meeting. Check out that taller 16-inch display. It uses a 16:10 aspect ratio, which brilliantly illustrates how a small design change gives you significantly more vertical workspace for your layouts and toolbars. Plus, it usually ships with a full 1 terabyte of fast SSD storage right out of the box. That means plenty of room for those massive project archives, no external drive needed on day one. But what if your budget is practically razor thin? Enter the HP Victus 15. This is the absolute lowest entry price for anyone who just cannot cross that $700 mark, but obviously still needs legitimate performance without the software crashing every 5 minutes.
Look, to get the price this low, they did have to cut some minor corners. For example, it uses a slightly older chassis with a screen hinge that can be kinda wobbly, and it runs slightly older DDR4 RAM instead of the newer DDR5. However, it still packs a massive punch where it actually matters. Powered by an Intel Core i5 processor and a dedicated RTX card, this machine ensures your 2D blueprints and medium-sized 3D projects will load fast and run super smoothly.
Now, what about those of you whose workflow isn't confined to a desk? The ASUS Tough Gaming A15 is the perfect rugged option for site engineers or architects who are constantly taking their laptops out to dusty field offices or active construction sites.
This thing passes military-grade durability standards. It can literally survive a bump or two. But the real magic? It's the massive battery pack. Budget laptops usually fail pretty hard on battery, but the TUF A15 can easily get you through a day of light office tasks and 2D CAD adjustments without you constantly hunting for a wall outlet. Just keep in mind, its base Ryzen 5 processor handles 2D perfectly, but might lag slightly behind the Ryzen 7 alternatives on the really complex 3D rendering scripts.
Okay, let's move on and see how this builds. We are shifting gears from heavy-duty, rugged Windows machines meant for the field to a sleek, highly specialized option meant for absolute portability.
For the Mac purists out there, don't worry, we haven't forgotten you. Yes, AutoCAD runs absolutely fine on macOS now. However, I need to heavily clarify this. The Apple MacBook Air M2 is specifically optimized for flat 2D layouts, floor plans, and vector lines.
If you're an interior designer doing mostly 2D drafting, this is an incredible luxury choice on a budget. Because of Apple's unified memory architecture, it effortlessly slices through pan and zoom commands. Plus, it has no internal fans, meaning it is dead silent and boasts a jaw-dropping 15-hour battery life. But remember, this is not for heavy 3D rendering, and you absolutely must purchase the 16GB version up front because there's zero upgradability later on.
Section 4. How to optimize performance. Unlocking hidden potential.
All right, you've picked your laptop. Now, let's talk about the insider secret to getting every single ounce of power out of that brand new budget hardware. So the crucial point is that doing these 3 simple steps will completely transform your experience. First, go into Windows graphics settings and force AutoCAD to run on high performance so it uses your dedicated GPU. Second, inside AutoCAD's graphics performance settings, toggle hardware acceleration on. And finally, when you're doing heavy work, plug your laptop into the wall and switch your Windows power plan to best performance. This unlocks full clock speeds and completely eliminates those annoying microstutters when you're zooming in and out.
Section 5. Top buyer questions answered. FAQs.
As we wrap up, let's address the most common anxieties buyers face. First, is 16 gigabytes of RAM actually enough? The short answer, yes. For about 85% of workflows, 16 gigs handles everyday 2D drafting and moderate 3D modeling perfectly. Now, if you're running massive city planning files with 40 Chrome tabs open, yeah, you might feel a pinch. But remember, many Windows laptops let you upgrade your RAM later. Second question, can you use integrated graphics? You can, for strict 2D work, but be warned, the moment you turn on a 3D isometric view or try to render a shadow, integrated chips are going to stutter. Spending just a tiny bit extra for a dedicated RTX card is highly recommended.
Well, we've covered a ton of ground in this explainer today, debunking myths and breaking down the absolute best affordable tech of the year. The reality is crystal clear. You absolutely do not need a $3,000 machine to build the future. The tools to design the world of tomorrow are more accessible right now than they have ever been. So take a look at your workflow, consider your daily environment, and ask yourself, which of these budget powerhouses will you choose to design yours? Keep learning, keep building, and we'll see you in the next explainer.